Dans le monde des médias, chaque jeune devient à la fois spectateur et créateur de son histoire. Imagine a day without your phone, Instagram, YouTube, or WhatsApp. Possible? This is exactly what today's chapter, Les Médias, talks about. How media controls our daily life. Let's begin with a new chapter, Lesson 5, Les Médias, the media. What is Les Médias? Les Médias means media like TV, newspapers, radio, internet, and social media. In this chapter, we see how young people, les jeunes, use media in their daily life. Come, let's understand this chapter through a real life conversation we can all relate to. Règle de la maison. Ne pas zapper. Hélène. Allume la télé. Je veux y voir les infos sur TV5.
Marc, moi Arte. Je veux regarder le reportage culturel sur l'Inde.
Véronique. Je préfère Canal+.
Pourquoi pas la météo? Regardons un téléfilm ou l'actualité.
Hélène. Non, le feuilleton.
Non, non les sports.
Véronique. Le mien, c'est regarder la publicité.
Moi aussi, j'aime les sports. Je voudrais voir la retransmission du match de football d'hier soir entre PSG et Manu. Comment peut-on voir le match? Le match de football sera retransmis à 22 heures.
Hélène. D'accord. La mère d'Hélène. Mes enfants, voilà, un bol de popcorn et des chips. Dis-moi si vous en voulez plus. Et n'oubliez pas, à 19 heures, il y a une interview en direct du président. Ce sera intéressant de la voir. Maintenant, on va voir qu'est-ce que c'est zapper. Zapper, ça veut dire passer d'une chaîne de télé à l'autre. PCG, Paris Saint-Germain. Manu, ça veut dire Manchester United. This conversation highlights that each person has different preference: news, cultural programs, sports, weather, films, or even advertisements. It highlights different interests of young people and family members. Secondly, how media is an important part of our daily life. Lastly, they need to decide together and balance choices. In the end, they agree on watching certain programs, including a football match and an important interview, showing cooperation in the family. In short, a family is discussing what to watch on TV. Everyone suggests different programs like news, sports, movies, and weather. There is confusion because of different choices, but finally, they agree to watch specific programs together. The conversation shows how the media influences daily life and how people have varied preferences. Moving forward. So, students, what if I told you that just two tiny words, E and O, can completely transform your French? Have you ever wondered how French speakers avoid repeating words again and again? What is pronoun E and O? Pronom, meaning pronoun in French, means a word that replaces something to avoid repetition. So the two important French pronouns are E and O, along with their uses and position in sentences, especially in imperative, which means commands. Let's start with pronoun E and its uses. E replaces a thing after a place after preposition à, chez, en, ton, sur. Let's see some examples. Penses-tu à ton projet? Oui, j'y pense. Tu vas à Paris? Oui, j'y vais. Tu rentres chez toi? Oui, j'y rentre. Meaning, there, about it. Now let's move on to another pronoun, pronoun en, and its uses. On replaces something with de and quantity such as du, de la, de, beaucoup, numbers, etc. Let's see some examples. Tu manges beaucoup de viande? Oui, j'en mange beaucoup. Tu rentres d'école? Oui, j'en rentre. So what's the meaning of en? It can mean some, of it, from there. Now let's pay attention to an important rule. The position of pronouns in imperative, that is, in commands. Let's see an affirmative command, which is do it. In this case, pronouns come after the verb. Prends-en, meaning take some. Negative command, that means don't do it. Pronoun comes before the verb. Ne prends pas, don't take any. Let's see some more examples. Puis, j'en prends deux verres. Non, j'en prends pas deux. Prends-en un. So, what's the key takeaway? Let's figure out an easy way to remember. Firstly, E replaces a, meaning place or idea. En replaces the, that is quantity or origin. In commands, the pronouns after the verb are in case of positive commands and before the verb in case of negative commands. This image shows that E replaces a and en replaces the, and the position changes in commands. That's the key rule. Let's see. First, attention, exceptions. À l'impératif affirmatif, ces pronoms se placent après le verbe. À l'impératif négatif, ces pronoms se placent devant le verbe comme les autres pronoms. And that was the example that we already saw. Now with E remplace un complément inanimé précédé de la préposition à. E remplace un complément de lieu, nom ou pronom précédé des prépositions à, chez, en, dans, sur. Moving to en remplace un complément précédé d'un article partitif ou d'une expression de quantité. On remplace un complément de lieu précédé de la préposition de. Let's step into the world of French media and see what people love to read. Here are certain famous French newspapers and magazines like L'Express, Le Figaro, Le Monde, Le Français dans le Monde, GDE, Journal des Enfants. Here's a small dialogue where two people, Pauline and Dennis, talk about which newspaper they read. Let's begin with the conversation. Pauline, quel journal achètes-tu? Denis, Le Monde. Pauline, quelle rubrique lis-tu? Denis, moi, je lis le sport. Pauline, moi, la politique étrangère. So this topic of French media showing popular newspapers and a simple conversation about reading preferences. Exercise time. À toi. Premier